one. Good afternoon. Welcome to Government Agency Day. My name is Gia Wilkerson, and I will be your host for today's event. Today, the Maryland Insurance Administration has partnered with a few other government agencies to talk to consumers about their agency and the vital services their government agency offers. Today, you will hear from Maryland Office of the Attorney General, Consumer Protection Division, Maryland 529, Maryland Department of Veteran Affairs, Social Security Administration, Maryland Department of Human Services, Maryland Insurance Administration, Maryland Health Connection, Maryland Relay, Maryland Department of Disabilities, Maryland Office of Financial Regulations. A few housekeeping rules before we begin. This event is being recorded. Attendees will need to have their cameras off and remain muted. If you do have questions throughout the presentation, please feel free to utilize the chat box and we will answer them at the end. So as we begin today's program, I would like to introduce to you our first speaker, Mrs. Janine Robinson Hurley of the Maryland Office of the Attorney General, Consumer Protection Division.
Thank you, Gia, and thank you for the opportunity to be a part of today's program. So the Consumer Protection Division, the mission of it is to actually assist consumers when they have disputes, healthcare related disputes, or business disputes. And we do this by offering a free mediation service. One other area that we assist consumers with is we do publications that provide information about how to be a good consumer, helping consumers understand their rights and responsibilities in the marketplace. We also keep a database of complaints that are filed against businesses, just so consumers can find out before they sign a contract with a business, what is the complaint history, similar to what you would find with the Better Business Bureau. We have that information available. I do want to highlight two of our most popular units in the office, and one is our Health Education and Advocacy Unit. This unit assists consumers if they have a billing dispute with a healthcare provider, and that includes hospitals and dentists, dental practices, I should say, as well. The Health and Education and Advocacy Unit also assists consumers if they have an enrollment dispute with their health insurance company, or if they have a coverage or billing dispute with their health insurance company as well. We also have our mediation unit, and they're the unit that offers mediation for non-health related business disputes. So some examples would be a car dealer, a car repair shop, cell phone companies, landlords, and this is just a fraction of the types of businesses that they can assist you with. And one thing that I do want to note is that mediation is a voluntary process. So when a consumer files a complaint, we cannot compel the business to participate in mediation, but many businesses do so in good faith because they don't want an unhappy consumer. Mediation is also, we're not an advocate for consumers in mediation. We try to work between both parties to try to reach a solution that is agreeable to both parties. And the other unit I also want to highlight is our identity theft unit. So if you have been a victim of identity theft and you're not sure as to who do I need to contact, what do I need to do next, you can contact our identity theft unit. They can give you that advice. Also, if you have concerns about how can I protect myself, what should I be doing, you can contact our identity theft unit, and they can also give you advice on how you can protect yourself. And I encourage you to go to our website, marylandattorneygeneral.gov, and look under consumer protection publications. We have a number of our publications online, as well as you can also contact us to order a hard copy if you like. But that is a resource. Now, if you need assistance from our office, we do have our complaint forms on our website, or you can contact our consumer hotline for the mediation unit or our health line for our health education and advocacy unit to request that we mail you a complaint form. We cannot take complaints over the telephone, but certainly you can call us to ask us questions before you file your complaint. We'll be happy to answer those questions. We also have a Spanish hotline for non-English speakers as well. So we're here to serve you. We're here to help you in the marketplace. So I think I'll stop there.
Thank you so much, Janine. Next, we will have Ms. Francesca Nelson with the Maryland 529.
Thank you, Gia, and hello, everyone. My name is Francesca Nelson. I'm the Public Affairs Officer for Maryland 529. And Maryland 529 is an independent nonprofit state agency that offers two Section 529 college savings plans. The Maryland Senator Edward J. Casemeyer Prepaid College Trust and the Maryland Senator Edward J. Casemeyer College Investment Plan. A 529 plan is simply a tax advantaged investment plan. Each state offers their own. So in Maryland with the prepaid college trust, it allows you the freedom to secure tomorrow's tuition at today's prices. So it's a contract plan that allows you to prepay for college tuition. So you lock in today's rates, we invest your payments for you, and then pay out that future college tuition rate when your child's ready to start college. With the Maryland College Investment Plan, it's managed and distributed by T. Rowe Price. We offer a variety of investment portfolio options for you to choose from. You can start by opening up an account with $25, but really that plan allows you flexibility to decide how much and how often you would like to contribute. Both plans can be used across the US. It's not just limited to Maryland colleges or universities, and both plans also offer you great federal and state tax incentives like a Maryland state income tax deduction. And really, it's just important to note that anyone can be a saver with our plan. So you can set up a 529 plan for any child in your life, including yourself, if you are going back to school to pursue your own college degree. But if you would like some more information, please feel free to visit our website, maryland529.com. You can always contact us, give us a call, email us if you have questions, would like to enroll, or feel free to follow us on Facebook or Twitter for plan updates and college savings tips. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Francesca. Next, we will have Denise Noy with the Maryland Department of Veteran Affairs.
Good afternoon, everyone. And I'd like to start by thanking the organizers for giving us this opportunity to be here today. The Maryland Department of Veterans Affairs is a Maryland state agency, not to be confused with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. I like to tell veterans that no matter what state you go to, although we don't want you to leave Maryland, but if you go to another state, a territory, or a tribal nation, all of them offer services to veterans. So check it out and to see what you might be eligible for. We have 5 core programs. We assist veterans under those programs. The first is Charlotte Hall Veterans Home, our state veterans home. Currently in Maryland, we have 1 state veterans home with a second one in the planning stages. Charlotte Hall is located in beautiful St. Mary's County in Southern Maryland. It provides assisted living and skilled nursing care to our veterans and their eligible spouses. Because it's a state home, we can accept spouses as well. It's a beautiful facility on a large campus, and we offer on-site dental, optometry, podiatry, physical therapy, and many other services. So if you have that need or know of a veteran who does need skilled care or assisted living, please consider Charlotte Hall as one of those possibilities. We also manage the 5 state veteran cemeteries. They are scattered around the state. We have one on the Eastern Shore, one in Western Maryland, and down the central corridor of Maryland, we have one in Baltimore County, one in Anne Arundel County, and one in Prince George's County. Again, eligibility there is for the veteran and eligible dependents. We don't want to see you in our cemeteries anytime soon, but we are there when you have that time of need. I'm part of the outreach and advocacy program. We go out and do briefings just like this. So if you are interested in us coming out and speaking to your group, we will be happy to either schedule a virtual, or we're back to doing in-person briefings as well. So please contact us about that. We also, under outreach, maintain all of the social media for the department, and I write the newsletter. We currently have 177,000 veterans in Maryland who subscribe to our newsletter, which comes out every 2 weeks. So if you want to know what's happening for veterans in Maryland, please subscribe to our newsletter. And you can do that by visiting our website, which is veterans.maryland.gov, all spelled out. It's a very easy website, veterans.maryland.gov. We also have a very interesting program called the Maryland Veterans Trust Fund. We are able to give grants to veterans in need in Maryland. So we encourage you, if you or another veteran you know could benefit from a grant, you can apply through us. It's actually a 501c3 inside our State Department. It was created by the General Assembly to allow us to assist veterans. There is an income limit though. So it's 250% of the current poverty level, but our trust fund administrator can talk with you more about that. I would encourage you to contact us if you need that service. And then finally, I think the place that individuals contact us the most is what you're seeing on the screen right now. Those are our locations around the state for our benefits and service program. All of our staff in the benefits program are nationally certified to serve you and to act as your representative. We will answer any questions you have about your benefits. We will help you file your claims if you have a claim to be directed to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, and we will act as your representative on your behalf. There is, of course, no charge at any time. Because this is a service that's provided to you by the state of Maryland. And as you can see, we have quite a few offices around the state. At this point in time, we are asking you to schedule an appointment rather than just dropping in, but we are happy to meet with you and to help you with those services. And any questions that you have, you can contact any of those offices on the screen or visit us at veterans.maryland.gov. And thank you again for this opportunity. I did see one question come up in the chat. Actually two. Is there a waiting list for Charlotte Hall Veterans Home? No, there is not. We are not at capacity at this time. We are accepting new admissions. That's a question I get quite a bit, and family can visit. The one thing that is still restricted at Charlotte Hall is we haven't restarted our volunteer program. We have a very robust volunteer program, usually with lots of people in the building, leading musical presentations, crafts, all sorts of enrichment activities. And we haven't started back up our volunteer program, but we are admitting to Charlotte Hall and there's no waiting list. And does the Veterans Affairs provide dental? That's actually a question for the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. And the general answer is not usually. If you have a service-connected disability related to your mouth or jaw, or you're 100% service-connected veteran, then VA will provide services. But for the most part, most veterans currently aren't eligible for dental care. I see one more question, so I'll answer really quickly, but I have my 5 minutes are about to run up, and I'll answer anything at the end or answer in the chat. The last question is, where will the new State Veterans Home be located? And that will be in Carroll County. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I'll be staying on for the whole program for questions at the end or to answer you in the chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Denise. Our next presenter will be Diana Varela with the Social Security Administration.
And good morning, everyone. And once again, thank you to the Maryland Insurance Administration for inviting us to this program. I really appreciate you giving us the opportunity to talk to you, the consumers, about Social Security Administration. And probably the number one question that you have at this particular time is, Are the offices open? How can I get in touch with Social Security? Let me tell you that we have never closed. During this health crisis, our service delivery changed a little because you can only go for a face-to-face interview if you have an appointment. But there are a couple of very effective ways to get your businesses done with the Social Security Administration. I invite you to visit us online, www.ssa.gov. If you are getting benefits, if you have an online account, you can manage your benefits from home. You can actually request information. You can make changes in your record if you have an online account. I encourage you to create an online account. If you are not getting benefits, well, for you, we have a wealth of information. We have publications, we have calculators, benefits planners, and I also encourage you to create an online account because that way you will be able to get information about the benefits that you qualify and also the amount of benefits that we will pay to you, either in the present or in the future. If you are a person that will not do anything online or you prefer to talk to one of our representatives, I encourage you to give us a call at the toll-free number, 1-800-772-1213. That's the toll-free number. But if you take a look at the screen, this is actually a screenshot of Social Security's website. At the top bar, you see the menu. If you click on menu, there will be a drop-down box that's towards your left. And one of the options will be contact us. You can select the office locator, give us your zip code. We will provide you with the phone number of your local office so you can call them directly. And of course, you know, online, you also have access to many, many services that are automated services, and they are available 24 hours a day. So those are the two ways that you can contact us. I see that one of the questions was, seniors don't have computers. Yeah, that's the reason why if you cannot do online, my recommendation to you will be try to get a family member, try to get a friend to help you, because certainly online services is the fastest, secure, and most convenient way to get in touch with us. But if not, the other option is, once again, you can give us a call. Social Security have many, many apps, of course, and you can just visit our website. And another question that just popped up, it says, how long does the application take? It depends, because you have to remember that Social Security is really more than a retirement program. Most people think about us about retirement. And the reality is that, yes, most of our beneficiaries are people who are enjoying retirement. But you have to remember that besides retirement, we have disability benefits, we have survivors benefits, we have family benefits. We also have benefits under the supplemental security income. Supplemental security income is quite different than Social Security because under supplemental security income, we call it SSI for short, we can pay benefits to people that are 65 years or older, or people that at any age are disabled and they did not work paying into the Social Security system. The program is very strict in regards to income and resources. Okay, so please visit us online. What it takes for the applications, you can complete an application in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It depends on the type of application. And for us to process that application, it will also depend whether that is a retirement or disability claim. Please visit us online. All the information that you need to know about Social Security and your benefits is available at www.ssa.gov, or give us a call, toll-free number 1-800-772-1213. Representatives available Monday through Friday, and from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. We do have representatives that speak English, Spanish, and we also have interpreter services so we can help you in your own language. Stay safe and well during this health crisis, and remember that Social Security is with you through your life's journey. Thank you so much to the organizers. Thank you for attending.
Thanks, Diana. I just want to remind all of the presenters that we're going to do Q&A at the end, just to make sure that all of the presenters have their time. Next up, we will have Ms. Claudia Casito with the Maryland Department of Human Services.
Good morning, everyone. I come from the Maryland Department of Human Services, and in particular from the Constituent Services Office, which is under the Secretary Padilla, and she serves under Governor Hogan. Our main purpose is to advocate for customers throughout the state of Maryland. So I brought a brief summary of the main programs that are administered by DHS across the state. The main programs include the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, which is commonly known as food stamps. I will start with that one. Is probably the most known throughout, and it shares with the rest of the programs the following. Nowadays, due to the pandemic, offices in the different jurisdictions, meaning the local Department of Social Services, are still closed, but they are attending customers by appointment. How can people apply for benefits? People can apply online. They can apply getting a printed application that can be requested at the local Department of Social Service. Usually the guards can hand a printed application, and you can mail it or drop it at a drop box that is at every local office. By law, every local Department of Social Services has 30 days to process an application for several reasons, because there are thousands of applications received every month, and because a lot of information has to be verified. What information is requested? Sources of income, how many people live in the household, proof of identity, and types of expenses. So based on those, the department makes a calculation and decides what amount of benefits is going to grant to a particular house. Now, the exception for the 30 days is child support. The child support program now takes about 90 days. As people may know, the initial step is to get a decision by a judge, so a case that it's installed. Now, people can pay, the non-custodial parents, rather, can make payments online. They can create an account, and now during the pandemic, that has been the case. If by any means, by any chance, a parent loses his or her job or gets sick, and for any reason, the person cannot make a payment, it is imperative to alert the Department of Social Services. Why? Because if you tell the other parent that you cannot make the payment, but the department doesn't know, it's going to seem that the non-custodial parent is delinquent. So if you alert the department, that will be considered, they will be taken into consideration, and it will not be considered a delinquent non-custodial parent. For the rest of the programs, the same types of applications. Temporary disability assistance program requires a form filled by a medical provider. The Maryland Energy Assistance Program is independent. You have to file an application, provide proof of identity and income as well. Temporary cash assistance is for families with children, and you have to have a child support case in existence to apply for that one. And the last one is emergency assistance to families with children. That's a program that is mostly used when families are facing eviction. In our last case, medical assistance is now, all medical issues are being run by Maryland Health Connection, and they can be explained by another presenter later. All we can do is check if there is a case of Medicaid or Medicare, if the person is receiving what is called QMB, if it's a qualified medical beneficiary, and alert the person if the case is active or not. So if you have any questions, please feel free to call 1-800-332-6347. That's the call center for the Maryland Department of Human Services. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. Next, we will have Patricia Dorn with the Maryland Insurance Administration.
Thanks, Gia. Hi, my name is Patty Dorn, and I'm with the Maryland Insurance Administration. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our state agency, who we are, and what we do. The Maryland Insurance Administration, we're the state agency that regulates the business of insurance in Maryland. And so what does that mean? What does that mean we do? We license the insurers. So we license the insurers to do business in Maryland, and we also license the insurance producers to do business in Maryland. And we use the term producer, insurance producer. But what that means for you is the agents and the brokers that sell you those insurance products. They get their license to do business from us. And what kind of insurance? We're talking about most insurance, most kinds of insurance. We're talking about your auto insurance policies that are issued in Maryland, homeowners, renters, life insurance, disability insurance policies, your long-term care insurance policies, and in many cases, your health insurance policies. With health insurance, it gets a little bit complicated. We don't have jurisdiction over all health insurance policies. Medicare A and B, for example, that's a federal program. And so that would not fall under our jurisdiction. Medicaid is another example. And then some insurance policies that folks get from large insurers that are actually self-funded as well. But if you don't know, you can always contact us and find out if you want to file a complaint about a health insurance product. So we license them to do business, and we make sure that they follow the rules. We make sure that they follow any applicable laws that they need to follow. We monitor their solvency. And what we're doing there is we're making sure that those insurers have the money to pay your claims in the future. That's why you have insurance. So you want them to have that money available. We review the policies that are issued in Maryland. We're reviewing those policies that you purchase to make sure that they follow the laws. And we make sure that the rates, so the insurance rates, the premiums that you pay, we make sure that they're not inadequate. So they do need to be adequate, right? They need to be collecting enough money to pay your claims in the future. But we don't want them to be excessive, and we do not want those rates to discriminate against anyone. As well as we are the entity that you can file a complaint with. So you have a complaint against that insurance company, you have a complaint against an insurance producer, that agent or the broker, you can file those complaints with us and we will investigate. You can file that online, or you can snail mail paper copies into us as well. And you can also contact us if you suspect an entity, so maybe a producer or maybe somebody you know, of insurance fraud. We have, and just an FYI, we have lots of videos on the Maryland State YouTube page that can help you understand more about what we do, as well as about all kinds of insurance products. We have lots of auto insurance videos, homeowners insurance videos, flood insurance videos, things like that. And you can follow us on all kinds of social media as well. We're constantly updating Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram as well. Right now, we're putting out a series of videos about insurance terms to help Marylanders actually understand the insurance products that they're purchasing. And on the screen right now, you're going to see the information, the phone numbers that you can call. So different phone numbers you can call: auto, homeowners insurance complaint line, our life and health information, insurance frauds. We also have the Maryland crisis line for substance abuse disorder number up here. And then our company licensing phone number, as well as our producer licensing phone number. So that is for those of you who might be interested in selling insurance, becoming an agent or a broker. That information is there. So that's in a nutshell who we are and what we do. And definitely visit our website, visit YouTube, Facebook, our social medias. We try to keep Marylanders as informed as possible about insurance. And it's really important for you to understand your policies and understand what you're purchasing. And we try to make that information available to you. So thanks so much.
Thank you, Patricia. Next up, we will have Paris Barnes with the Maryland Health Connection.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for having us. My name is Paris with the Maryland Health Connection, and I want to give you a little bit of background about exactly who we are. So the Maryland Health Connection is the state's official health insurance marketplace where you can apply, qualify, and receive financial help lowering the cost of your health plan. So a lot of people ask, what is financial help? Financial help means that 9 out of 10 people who apply with the Maryland Health Connection do receive help lowering the cost of their plans. So whether that help is through Medicaid, which is a state of Maryland free or low cost insurance program, or if it is through advanced premium tax credits to reduce the overall amount of monies that you pay out of pocket for your health insurance, the Maryland Health Connection is the only place where you can apply and receive those cost savings. Another thing I want to bring to your attention is that during this year's open enrollment, we are lucky that it has been extended. So for the first time in a long time, open enrollment will be from November 1st until January 15th. Individuals who apply for health coverage from November 1st to December 31st will have coverage that will start on January the 1st. So for that moment, not the 15th of the month rule during open enrollment. As long as you're able to complete and capture your enrollment in the system before December 31st, your qualified health plan will begin on January 1st. For individuals who enroll from January 1st until January 15th, your coverage will begin on February the 1st. The Maryland Health Connection's private healthcare providers this year will be Care First, Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, and Kaiser Permanente. This year, we have some additional cost savings through the state of Maryland in the form of the young adult subsidy. What this does is this assists with lowering the cost of health plans for individuals between the ages of 18 and 34. So this means that that younger population before that maybe didn't get health insurance because they thought maybe it was a little bit too expensive, they should come back and look at the system and apply this go round because they may have some additional cost savings that will help lower the cost. For individuals who are wishing to apply, you can contact the local, you can contact the Maryland Health Connection at 855-642-8572. If you would like to work with the navigator in your local area, please reach out to Healthcare Access Maryland. Our phone number is 410-500-4710, We'll be offering appointments through open enrollment that includes weekdays, evenings, and some weekend hours for you. So we're going to be working really hard to make sure that we can fit all of our consumers in. Assistance will be available in English and Spanish, as well as any other language a consumer needs. So language should not be a barrier. And we're also going to be offering Zoom appointments for consumers who would like to see us through the computer and watch as we go through the application process. So again, last points, open enrollment will be from November 1st until January 15th. And when you're ready to enroll during that time, give us a call at 410-500-4710. I thank you so much for having me, and I'll stick around to the end for your questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paris. Our next presenter is going to be Ms. Tarita Turner with the Maryland Relay.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. So my name is Tarita Turner. I am with Maryland Relay. Maryland Relay is a service for folks who are deaf, hard of hearing, or who have speech difficulty. So in order to use the phone, you need two things. You need to be able to hear and you need to be able to speak. So we actually provide operators that allow folks to make and receive phone calls independently. These operators are available 24/7, 365, simply by dialing 711. The services include the TTY, which is what most folks remember us for, is that typewriter looking device that you put the phone on. But we also have services that are for folks who have a difficult time speaking. They can use something called speech to speech, where an operator will help make sure that the communication is understood, or what you're saying is understood. We also have caption telephone, which is just like the captioning that you see here on the screen if you are choosing to use caption, where everything that is incoming shows up on the telephone screen. And we're housed under the TAM umbrella, and that's the Telecommunications Access of Maryland. And under that umbrella, there's also a program called the MAT program, and that's the Maryland Accessible Telecommunications Program. And that program really thinks about everything else that it takes to make and receive a phone call. So you have to be able to see the buttons in order to dial. You have to be able to get up and get the phone before it stops ringing. You have to be able to know the numbers to dial successfully. So the MAT program thinks about all of the things that it takes to make and receive a phone call independently, and they provide specialized devices for folks here in Maryland. And again, this is a state-funded program, so we provide devices, specialized devices and equipment to make sure that folks are able to receive and place phone calls independently. On the screen, you'll see myself, Jenny, and Rebecca. We are the outreach team. So if you have an event, if you want a full presentation from us, we are the go-to team. We absolutely love what we do. Again, making sure that people can make and receive phone calls, especially during this time where, you know, being on the phone is key. It's important. Even again, on this call, the captions are provided through Maryland Relay. If you're having a hard time following a conversation, then providing those captions and providing a way for folks to connect is super important to us. So I will definitely be here for any questions that anyone has at the end. And I thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Tarita. Our next presenter is going to be Chelsea Heyman with the Maryland Department of Disabilities.
All right. Hello there. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining and this presentation today. It's kind of funny that I'm following Tarita because she is one of my colleagues. So it's excellent to see that she's here presenting on that valuable resource. So the Maryland Department of Disabilities, our mission is to change Maryland for the better by providing equality of opportunity, access, and choice for people with disabilities. We are a policy-driven agency, meaning that we focus on full community access for people with disabilities. Just a little bit of history. In 1999, there was a case actually that came out of the state of Georgia called the Olmstead decision. And this was a Supreme Court decision in which there was two women who had been institutionalized in a psychiatric hospital who had concluded their treatment at the hospital, and they were attempting to leave to be able to seek services in the community. So what happened was they were able to file suit under the ADA for release from the hospital. And the Supreme Court was able to review the decision and ruled that the unjustified segregation of people with disabilities constitute discrimination in violation of Title II of the ADA. So what happened from that decision was that the court charged public entities with creating services and programs that are community driven for people with disabilities. This is in Maryland, the subsequent outcome was that our department was created in 2004, and we are the only cabinet level department in the US representing all disabilities. We coordinate and improve service delivery for people with disabilities. Again, we're primarily policy driven, so we have several programs that fall under our purview. I'll go through those briefly right now. Access Maryland is one of the programs within our agency. That is a program that funds the retrofitting and modification of state facilities to ensure that there are accessibility modifications in the facility that make it more compliant with ADA standards and protocol. The Attendant Care Program, which is a program for family caregivers. The community living policy area. So we work with the Ethan Saylor Alliance, which is focused on improving the relations between law enforcement officials and people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And also in the purview of community living is our peer outreach and supports program, which hires people with disabilities to work with individuals in nursing facilities and institutions who have disabilities who are interested in transitioning to the community. So they help with answering questions and talking with people in nursing facilities about some of the Medicaid waivers and options available for them. Our constituent services director, she answers any calls that are related to constituent issues. We have also an emergency preparedness policy director, and she is focused on emergency planning, was very involved in COVID-19 related planning for people with disabilities. So special access issues that might be faced by a person with a physical disability as a result of things like pandemics or other natural disasters. Employment policy area. My area is housing, health and behavioral health policy, the Maryland Technology Assistance Program, telecommunications access, which is what Tarita went over, transition youth and transportation policy. So we have several different areas that our department covers. So just to kind of summarize, we are structured in a way where the Maryland Commission on Disabilities oversees our agency. We produce a state disabilities plan every 3 years, and that document provides guiding objectives for the different policy directors in our office to focus on improving service delivery for people in the community. Within my area of housing policy, I oversee several affordable rental housing programs for people with disabilities in partnership with the Maryland Department of Health and the Department of Housing and Community Development. These include the Section 811 Project Rental Assistance Program, the Weinberg Apartments Program, Community Choice Homes Program in Montgomery County, Money Follows the Person Bridge Subsidy. And these programs are, we manage the wait list for these programs. So eligible individuals are able to work with a case manager to get their names added to the wait list for consideration for these apartments in the community. If you have any questions, the phone number to reach us is on this slide. It's 410-767-3660. And you can also send us an email at info.mdod@maryland.gov. Thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea. Our last presenter will be Meredith Merchant from the Maryland Office of Financial Regulation.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I am here representing the Office of the Commissioner of Financial Regulation. We are the state office responsible for regulating the financial services industry in Maryland. So you may be wondering, what does that even mean? Well, as a government regulatory agency, we have the authority to set and enforce standards for a particular industry. So you may be more familiar with regulatory agencies on the federal level, like the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, or EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. You heard a little while ago from the Maryland Insurance Administration, they regulate insurance. Well, we do that for financial service businesses operating Maryland and certain financial service activities. There are also regulatory agencies on the federal level that, like us, are working to protect consumers in the financial marketplace. So we enforce the standards that we set, which are called regulations, and other state and federal laws by granting licenses or charters that allow the financial businesses to operate in Maryland. And we conduct examinations or investigations of the businesses. If a violation is found, we can issue fines and other monetary penalties, require reimbursement or financial restitution to the consumers that were harmed. We can even revoke a business's permission to operate in Maryland. And we can also pursue other legal remedies through the courts. So what sort of businesses do we regulate? It's a fairly long list. Most of our licensed businesses are mortgage companies and mortgage loan originators. We also regulate check cashers and money transmitters. And by money transmitters, that includes the companies that do wiring, as well as the more modern, what you may think of as fintech, financial technology like PayPal. We regulate PayPal. Collection agencies, credit reporting agencies, consumer loans. If you go online, make sure that you're using somebody who's licensed in Maryland. A lot of consumer lenders may end up being payday lenders or a scam. We also regulate debt management and credit services companies. So the businesses that say that they can help you with your credit or finances, again, make sure they're licensed by us so you know it's not a scam. And then we also have some authority over vehicle loans, including title loans and vehicle leasing contracts, and additional authority to enforce or go after those that are committing fraud, specifically around foreclosure prevention, who say they can help you avoid foreclosure, but then they just take your money and run. Something to keep in mind is that you should never be paying for assistance with preventing a foreclosure. There are plenty of free, reputable resources provided by the state and nonprofit partners. And then finally, we have a student loan ombudsman in our office that helps Maryland student loan borrowers who may be having issues with the company that they're paying their student loans to. So we don't help on the origination side when you're first taking out your loans, but when you get to the point where you're repaying them, the company that you're sending your monthly payments to, those also fall under our jurisdiction to some degree as well. So if you have a question or a complaint about one of the businesses or the activities you regulate that I just named, we have a special unit that investigates complaints from Maryland consumers. So just go to our website. The address is up here, labor.maryland.gov/finance. Make sure you go to the /finance, that's our division. And you'll see a button on the homepage that says submit a complaint. Click on that, and there will be detailed instructions about how to search for a business, how to confirm that the business is or isn't licensed. We do regulate, if you think that a financial service business isn't licensed and that it should be, you should also submit a complaint to our office about that so we can investigate it. In addition to the complaint information, we have a ton of information about your rights as a Maryland consumer and other resources on our website. So again, go to the homepage, click on the button that says Consumer Resources. Some of the topics include bank account ownership and survivorship. So when you enter into a joint bank account with somebody else, what does that mean? And what happens when you are no longer in control of that account? Other FAQs about opening up a bank or credit union deposit account. We have information about your rights when using a check cashing service, a debt management service, what to watch out for to avoid payday loans. We have information about preventing foreclosures and information about reverse mortgages. And finally, some information for student loan borrowers, your right, what the student loan companies are required by law to do and to say, and information about the protections under Maryland's Credit Reporting Agencies Act and Consumer Debt Collection Act. So those two regulate credit reporting agencies and debt collectors. So there's information about your rights under those Maryland laws as well. So I know that was a lot. Thank you for your attention today. I'd encourage you to please check us out if you've never heard of us. We are a small but mighty state office, and I'm happy to respond to any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Meredith. Thank you to all of the speakers today for the great information. If there are any questions, you can ask them now by placing them in the chat box. We'll give it a few minutes. I'm not seeing any questions at the moment. I would also like to thank you for attending today's event. Please consider attending one of our future events. On November 2nd, we will have a monthly Ask Mia event from 12 to 1 p.m. During this event, you will have the opportunity to have any of your questions, complaints, or concerns answered by a Maryland Insurance Administration staff member. On November 9th, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., there will be a Lunch and Learn virtual event where we will discuss home and auto. On November 16th, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., we will host a listening session on product marketing in minority communities. To find out more about our upcoming events, please visit our website, www.insurance.maryland.gov, for any additional information. Okay, I do see one question. Does a returning citizen just coming home need to schedule an appointment if they need their Social Security card?
Thank you so much. You can actually apply for a replacement Social Security card if you have a My Social Security online account and meet certain criteria. If you are unable to do so, you can always do that by regular mail. We have an application online. It is an SS5. That's the number of the application. And then you have to send us proof of identity if you're a U.S. citizen. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you have to also include proof of immigration status. You can do that by regular mail, as I said. If you have an urgent need for that card, we encourage you to give us a call at the toll-free number and talk to one of the representatives and see if in your particular case, because you need to get services and benefits, you need to get a job, we can give you a face-to-face appointment. in regards to the documentation that you mail, it will have to be original. Most chances are that maybe if you have been away from the community for a while, you don't have an identity document, we can use certified medical records.
Thank you so much.
Well-
Are there any other questions? Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions. I would like to let you know that today's recording and slides will be available on our website under the webinars tab. And if that's it, I think this will conclude our program for today. Thanks again for your time, and we hope to see you at one of our upcoming events in November.